Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2020 work and career reading. I'm going to get started sort of straight away, and I know I always say that and then I end up saying thank you to all of you, but I am going to get started, I promise. Just wanted to say thank you though to all of you for all the likes, shares, comments, and all of you particularly who've subscribed to the channel. The channel is building really nicely at the moment and we're building a really good community. Yeah, it's feeling really lovely. So thank you so much for all that. I've been overwhelmed by your support, especially, you know, over the last month or so, which has been quite difficult for me personally, in my personal life. So yeah, so thank you to all of you. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do join us. And if you're new to YouTube, don't worry about, you know, if you click the subscribe button, you're going to be tied in forever or it's going to cost you money, because it doesn't. Basically, if you just click the notification bell next to it, it will just tell you when my next videos are out. So I'm just thought I'd mention that because to me, you know, when I was new to YouTube, that was one of my concerns. So anyway, I'm going to get on, as I said. So we're looking at your work and career for October 2020. So Spirit, we're tuning into Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius. Whoop, here we go. Oh, we've got a Y, Sagittarius. I'm going to get the cards out first. Let's see if we'll go for 6, I think. Right, Spirit. This is work and career. Time to go. Okay. Higher power. Interesting start, Sagittarius, that is. Liking it. Work and career for Sagittarius, please. Time for a nap. Okay. Interesting. Milk and honey. One more, please. Truth be told. Okay, interesting. I always find these readings interesting anyway, but this is interesting, Sagittarius, because it feels like some of you have been questioning what it is you actually want from your sort of working life. It feels like you're asking yourself simply, you know, why am I doing what I'm doing, you know? It just feels like there's aspects of your work or maybe your you know, even your career choice, but it feels more like job choices here, that you're sort of saying, why am I doing this, you know? It's almost like you've had an awakening of some sort, Sagittarius, during the month of October. You're sort of questioning, what am I doing here? It's got that feel about it, this card. I love this card because every time I read it, there seems to be, it brings out a different sort of feeling for me. But in this instance, you see the wings here? It kind of feels like you feel ready to fly. It kind of feels like you feel ready to move on, that you're ready for pastures new. And I don't pick up that you're particularly unhappy where you are. You're perhaps just, you know, you've got to the end of what you feel you can achieve. And it feels like that, you know? Interesting. You're maybe feeling, I'm reading downwards here because this is just appropriate for the moment, you know, it's time for a nap. So, you know, they're saying, yeah, it almost feels like you're just a bit, it's all a bit humdrum, you're getting a bit bored with it, it's all a bit tedious, you know, and you sort of, this is why you're questioning, why am I here? What am I doing? Because what you're dreaming about it's something where you feel fulfilled, where you feel abundant, where you know, where the juices are flowing, as they say, you know, where you get that passion, that excitement back, and you want something that, you know, makes you feel completely fulfilled, and you want to welcome abundance into your life. But it's not just abundance in terms of finance, although that may be a factor for some of you, but it feels like abundance in terms of joy, you know, in terms of something, you know, just feeling fulfilled. That's how it feels. So some of you are questioning whether or not it's time to move on, okay? And Spirit is saying, yeah, you know, if you're questioning it, then start looking, start looking for other jobs, or, start negotiating your role at work, and maybe some of you are going to ask for a pay rise. That's interesting. Spirit have just said the word pay rise to me. So for some of you, if you've been putting off talking to your, bosses, managers, whoever they are, regarding a pay rise, then maybe this is the time to ask them. But also, as I say, for some of you, in order to sort of get out of this sort of why energy, this sort of questioning energy, it's time to take action, time to step forward. I'm going to be interested to see, actually, Sagittarius, if this comes up with some, when we clarify with tarot, be interesting to see if we get wand cards coming up, cards of action, because there feels like action attached to that time to go card. It feels like you've been questioning for a little while, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? I'm getting a bit bored now, I'm getting a bit fed up. And actually, there's got to be a better future for me. So this is my time to go towards it, towards that better future. And they're saying, look out for subtle signs. Intuitively, you're going to know the direction to go in, Sagittarius. You're going to feel when the timing is right. You're going to feel when it's time for you to move. Obviously, it's different for all of you. As I say in every one of these readings, this is a general reading. But take from it what you will, take what resonates, because you will know what stage you are at in your working life. Okay, but instinctively, you're going to know. They did say listen out for signs and symbols as well, because if we look very closely, and I'm not sure if you can see that clearly on the camera, there is a key here. And it's about unlocking the key to your intuition, to your opening up to receiving sort of messages. I don't necessarily mean in a psychic fashion. What I mean is, it's just about, soul searching, connecting with your inner self, deciding when the time is right to make changes, and also deciding, which direction you want to go in, because it's really important in the month of October that you're honest with yourself. Okay, it's really, really important. They're saying, look, have a heart-to-heart with yourself. We have an owl here, which is obviously a bird of wisdom, but here we have an open heart. There's lots of little hearts coming out here, they look like petals from a distance, but they are little hearts. And it's almost like having a heart-to-heart with yourself, being honest, being truthful. It's not the time to sort of mask what's going on in your working life. If you're not happy, Sagittarius, it's time to be honest with yourself. It's time to use your intuition in order to, take the steps necessary to bring you a lifestyle of milk and honey. Okay? So, that's a very straightforward message. There's also, I just want to cover those people who aren't in employment at the moment, or, you're not working on your own business or anything like that. You may have become a bit despondent, and that's why we have this napping card here. You may be becoming despondent. You may be asking yourself why you're bothering if you're applying for lots of jobs and not getting the responses you require, And there may be a part of you that feels it's time to kind of give up. Time to just move on and, I don't know, just go somewhere and have an adventure or whatever. You may be in that sort of mindset. But maybe also Spirit is saying, search further afield. For those of you who aren't employed, Spirit is saying, you maybe need to take a longer path. You may be, they're showing me, they're giving me an image of a net being cast, but it's being cast at a distance. So, it may be that perhaps the places you've been applying, and there's probably good reason for that in terms of travel and expense, etc., etc. I do appreciate that. But Spirit is saying you may need to look slightly further, maybe a bit outside your comfort zone, in order to open up some new opportunities. And that's where the milk and honey will come in for you. And they're saying again, if you see an advert for a job, but it's a bit further than you'd anticipated, instinctively, if the feeling is there, you will know that it's right for you. You know, if you feel that, you know those moments where you suddenly think, wow, I hadn't considered applying to a job in such and such a town, but actually that's the job that I'd really be interested in having, you know? And this is when they're saying, you know, be honest with yourself. If you're questioning yourself why, then, you know, it's time to be honest and say, you know, maybe I'm keeping the nets too tight in my little area, and maybe I need to look at the possibilities for travelling further afield. I need to see what transport links there are, realistically see how much that would cost me. And rather than saying I can't apply, you know, look into how you could achieve it, basically. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. So, Spirit, for Sagittarius, please, why do we have the card Y? Why do we have the card Y? My voice went really deep then, did you hear it? I said, why? I have a really sore throat today. So, yeah. Okay, they're saying, look, it's nothing you need to rush into. Whether you're employed or not employed, it's nothing you need to rush into. This isn't an emergency. So they're saying, take your time. You know, don't just leap for the sake of it, Sagittarius. But, you know, if you have been questioning why for a long time and you feel ready to fly and time to move on, then do it at your own pace. You know, yes, recognise those feelings, especially if your intuition is giving you those messages. But you don't need to rush into it. You know, if you listen to today's reading and think, oh my goodness, you know, maybe I ought to consider a change, you know. Don't feel you have to rush out and do it, you know. But take your time, make sure it's right for you. That's what Spirit is saying. So why do we have time to go in that case, Spirit? Why do we have time to go for Sagittarius? Yeah, it'll be cleansing for you, look, detox. So they're saying, yeah, look, moving on will almost be like cleansing for you, especially if you felt a bit stuck or just felt like, as I said, you know, you've maybe enjoyed your job or enjoyed where you are, but, you know, maybe it's going to be cleansing for you. And like I said, to those of you who are applying for jobs at the moment, if you're going to start looking further afield, you know, that's going to be good for you. It's going to be refreshing. It's going to be new. It's going to sort of get rid of all that stagnant energy from rejections if you've had a lot of rejections. You know, it will take you to pastures new. It's very cleansing. So why do we have higher power, please? Why do we have higher power, please? Why do we have higher power, please? Is it this one? Okay. Yeah, look, they're saying, like we said, listen to your intuition, you know, get up and greet each day with enthusiasm, you know, because if you're aligned, if you're in tune with your intuition, intuition, that's not easy to say, but if you are in tune with your intuition, you're getting up and you're ready to greet each day with enthusiasm. And this is the stage that Spirit want you to be at, because they feel like you've sort of been, you know, just sort of dragging your heels a bit in the last few months is what they're saying to me. I was going to say few years, but that wasn't right. They just corrected me in my thinking. So why do we have time for a nap, please? Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, they're saying, look, you're ready to take that step. You're not afraid, Sagittarius. You know, you have been sort of feeling a bit fed up. And they're saying, look, you know, it's just your intuition telling you that now is the time. If you're wanting to make some changes, it's a good time to do it, because they feel that because you've felt sort of stagnant for a while or a bit fed up for a while, that now you're not afraid to make the changes. So it's important to move forward. Right, let's see what the milk and honey is about, please, Spirit. Why do we have milk and honey? Why do we have milk and honey? Thank you. Give more. you feel you've got more to give. This is what they're saying. You know that you want to move forward towards sort of more abundance. You want to feel more fulfilled. And at the moment, it feels like I said, in fact, I think I've said it twice now in this reading. It's almost like it's not that you've been unhappy where you've been, but you're actually at a stage where you feel there's not anything else for you to learn. And you feel that you've got qualities and skills that maybe aren't being utilised where you are. And therefore, you feel you're in a position to give more to a role. But the role you're in at the moment perhaps doesn't allow you to do that. And equally, those of you who are applying for jobs, it may be that you're applying for jobs in your locality that aren't necessarily allowing you to use all your skills, which is why they're saying look further afield. Yeah, look, you've got to be honest with yourself. They're saying call your spirit home. You know, time to be totally honest with yourself. You've got to be true to yourself. When you call your spirit home, it's about, you know, feeling complete. Okay. And there's a feeling at the moment that you're masking some of the issues and that you're masking how you're actually feeling about your current employment or your need to be employed. And that means that you're not feeling complete within yourself, Sagittarius. This is quite a straightforward message for you this time. I'm sorry if my voice is a bit, I feel like my voice is really flat today, and I'm sorry about that, but my throat is incredibly sore. So I'm trying to sort of speak at one level so I don't tax it too much. Right, what we're going to do now is take some next steps. So we've got the general theme and we've got the general feeling and we've got some advice there from Spirit. So we're going to take the next steps. Let's see what's coming next for Sagittarius. What are the steps? What are the actual steps that Sagittarius needs to take? Thank you. Haha. Yes, 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 yes. What did I say? This is about doing some inner work. You have been feeling reflective. You have been, we know, that you've been thinking about things, you've been questioning, you've been asking why, and you have been feeling quite reflective. Okay, but what did I say to you earlier? I wouldn't be surprised if we see wand cards. We want to see whether there's a wand card coming up to show that action is going to start. And what do we get? The Ace of Wands. This is the beginning of something creative. It's the beginning of something new. So, you know, this is time for you, Sagittarius, to really call your spirit home, to actually feel complete with the work that you're doing. So if you're not feeling fulfilled in your current role, or if you're applying for jobs and haven't found the right role to apply for, broaden your horizons, basically, because you've got a creative start here. But it is about you taking action. It's the beginning of action. Yeah, and look, we've got another ace. You're full of beginnings here, Sagittarius, so it's definitely a time for change for you in October if you choose it to be so. Remember, with these readings, they're only general guidance. You have free will and you can make any choices you like. But, you know, we have the Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords is all about clarity. It's about being able to think clearly. So not only, I mean, that is a wonderful mix in terms of starting new employment, because you've got a creative new start, you know, an action taking place, but you're also seeing things clearly. So you're going to be able to make some really good decisions. And that's sort of mirrored with the Truth Be Told card, because you're being very honest with yourself. This is about clarity. Okay, so this is about you having clear new starts. And if you're honest with yourself about what you want, it's so much easier to be clear thinking in terms of taking the action. So that's a wonderful mix of cards for you, Sagittarius. What's the final one, please? Do you want me to take that, Spirit? Yeah, okay. They're saying be true to yourself. Be true to yourself here, and this is why they were saying this earlier. Be true to yourself and what you want from within, because you may have some people around you that will try and take you off track a bit. They may, here's you in the middle, they may try to, you can see them all sort of chatting and gossiping and planning there. You know, they may try to dissuade you from doing something that you really want to do. And that's not out of malice. It may be, you know, that they're trying to be protective of you. You know, they may not want you travelling further afield to a job, for example, or, you know, trying a job that maybe looks a bit risky or whatever. I'm not suggesting you should go and do a risky job, but, you know, I'm just giving these as examples. There's people around you, they could be friends, they could be family, they could be work colleagues where you currently are who may not want you to leave because they like your expertise, you know, and they like your companionship. But whatever the situation, just be mindful that there may be people around you that may try to dissuade you and take you off track with what it is you're trying to achieve. My voice is going croaky. Sorry about the banging doors in the background. As I say, I'm still at my father's elderly care facility while we sort out his belongings following his passing. So there's lots of people, they're just delivering tea to the residents. So there's lots of trolleys and banging doors in the background. I do apologise. Right, Spirit, can we just have some final guidance for Sagittarius, please, before my voice goes completely? Can we have some final guidance for Sagittarius? Oh. Final guidance for Sagittarius, please. Thank you. Yeah, look, Sagittarius, the answers you need are coming. So that clarity will be coming, you know. You're going to be more honest with yourself about what it is you really want. So you're going to get those answers that you require. So, you know, whereas you've been asking why, here's the answers. Fantastic. Thank you, Spirit. And they're saying, look, have faith in your dreams. If there's something that you're trying to do, something you're trying to achieve, you know, your dreams of milk and honey, have faith in them, Sagittarius, because, you know, they're there for the taking, basically. Can we have 2 more for Sagittarius, please? Yeah, again, it's time to give rather than take. Now, don't take this too literally, Sagittarius, because this ties in with the card that we had a minute ago, the Give More card. And this is really about you feeling that you've got more to give to a job role than you're being given the opportunity to give at the moment. Okay, and so this is just them confirming that you're on the right track. If you feel that you've got more to give than, you know, you've been given the opportunity to, you know that Spirit have acknowledged that and know that they will support you in your decisions. One more, please, Spirit. Oh, thank you. Which one? This one? Yeah. So it's time to release any negativity. So anything that's holding you back, Sagittarius, it's time to release it, because looking at these cards for October, you know, these two, I love these, the blend of these 2 cards. You know, clarity, logic, you know, clear planning and action. Perfect. Perfect. So if there's anything holding you back, it's time to release it. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because my voice is getting deeper and deeper and more croaky, and the trolleys are getting more noisy in the background. Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope it resonated with you. Please leave any comments you'd like to in, you know, obviously below, and any likes are appreciated. It helps for YouTube to pick up that, you know, the video is being watched, so that's really helpful. And please do join us by subscribing. I think we were up to 1,415, I think, last time I looked, subscribers. Yeah, I think so. So let's see if we can make it 1,500. That'd be fantastic. I love you for doing that for me. All right, I'm going to go before my voice goes completely, and I will catch up with you all soon. Have a beautiful October. Oh, by the way, Sagittarius, if love readings are something you're interested in, they will be out at some point this week. They are a little bit late because obviously, as I said, I've got things going on in my personal life that have delayed me getting them all out on time. But bear with me, and they will definitely, I'm on a mission to get them out this week. So please remember to click the notification bell when you subscribe. Take care, Sagittarius, and we'll catch up with each other soon. Take care. Bye.